Howdy compadres, welcome back to All the Mods 8, and firstly a massive thank you to all of you guys who are subscribed over on my Patreon. A big shout out to Rhapsody Dax, TARDIS IT Guy, Time Traveller and Foxlane, just to name a few. Thank you very much. So last week we did a big old mining expedition and we got loads and loads of really cool ores. Now what we're going to try and do is decide where we're going to build our base of operations. So let's jump in. Okie dokie, here we go. Now, one thing first, before we get started, I've got this Christmas present. Basically, the Mod Corral tombstone, it looks like it gives you a Christmas present that you can't open before December 25th. I mean, what happens if I try? No? Can't put it on the floor. So I guess, yeah, after Christmas I can open that up and see what's inside. Very exciting. Now, you might see some extra blueprints here because basically we're going to complete the set. At the moment we have a spear, a pickaxe, a diamond hammer, but what I really want is an all-in-one tool paxel. I want a prospector's hammer because I don't know what it does and I want to find out. Also a saw for chopping down entire trees, and an excavator which is like a hammer but for dirt and sand. Now we're going to keep it nice and very simple with these tools, and what we're going to do is we're going to use a stick as the tool rod because it's basic, it's flexible, it's amazing, and we're going to use iron as the tool material. Oh, but I do have this one compressed iron tool rod that maybe we could make some use out of. Now I could use my diamonds, but I want to save those for a rainy day. I had a look into the configurations for All the Mods 8 and I was trying to find a way to make the mod easier and simplify the recipes, but I couldn't quite do it. So if you at home know how you're supposed to make All the Mods 8 use simple recipes, then do let me know because I think that might be the way to do it going forwards. Okay, yeah, now I'm going to soup up the paxel, I think, because that's going to get the most use. My all-in-one tool, an iron paxel. Now the durability and basic level of this tool isn't incredibly high, it's only tier 3, but because it's made out of iron, it's going to be much easier to repair. Oh, and there we go, big job tools. I guess that's the achievement you get for just making all of the big bad tools. Craft a silent gear hammer, excavator, and saw. Yeah, trees, dirt, and stone are no match for me anymore. And this is great because what it means... Oh, hello, Mr. Fox. What it means is we can use the saw now to just dig down entire trees. Look at this. Oh, yeah, logs for days. Now, the first thing I wanted to do was prepare a piece of land for my base. And what I think I'm going to do is put my base on this flat hilltop right here. It's going to lean out a little bit over this way, and there should be enough room here for me to build a massive factory tower full of tech and magic mods. So we can use the hammer to clear out the stone and the excavator to clear out the dirt. Amazingly quick. Whoa, and looks like the size of that sugarcane means we have the mod that lets sugarcane grow for days. That's going to be very useful. So you've seen the paxel, the excavator, and the saw all in action. But what is an iron prospector hammer, and how does it work? Well, what happens if I dig like a stone? No? Okay. Now the blueprint says it's an ore sniffer, which I thought might mean it can help me find all the modium ore. But what exactly does an ore sniffer do? What does it do? How does it work? How do I enable the ore sniffing? Well, the way this bad boy is supposed to work is if you right-click on a block, it tells you in chat what ore is nearby, and apparently nothing is found there. So, well, yeah, okay, fair enough. Now, it consumes durability as you use it. So, yeah, we'll have to take a look and see if we can find some diamonds with it. So, right now, what we're going to do is we're going to set the builder up to build something else, give him the materials he needs, and then we're going to go over to the forest over there and dig up some logs. Build options, Dr. Jeeves, and yeah, again, very simple stuff. However, we are going to need some wood to fulfill these requests. Boom, boom, boom. But at least he'll get started now digging out the dirt and the grass. Ooh, now what's this floating cookie thing? What are you? It doesn't say. That's a surprise for later, I suppose. Oh, what's this? A hobbit hut. I remember you, and does it have a secret trapdoor? not today. Never mind. Oh, so also, we don't need to just compress our dirt. And it's always worth coming in here and working out what else we can compress. Can you compress logs? Wow, you can actually compress logs. That's going to be really handy while we're out gathering logs. Well, let's do it. Let's keep going until this saw is on 0 durability. Because God only knows, there's always a use for oak logs, whether it's fuel, whether it's tools, and whether it's modded stuff. But also our builder's going to need loads of it for his buildings. There we go, time to load up the logs. Oh yeah, and now we're going to add the other log in here, and hopefully it'll compress it twice. Yeah, oak log block times 2. This is amazing. Might as well do the same thing with birch. So I hope you guys are having an amazing time in the run-up to Christmas, but it is pretty weird. I don't really like presents. Honestly, my favorite thing about Christmas is the food. So actually, this is a really good question. If you watch through this far, let me know in the comment section, what's your favorite thing to eat at Christmas? Now to me, Christmas ain't Christmas without a chocolate orange. Oh yeah, but I will accept any off-brand orange flavored chocolates. That's also good. But what is your favorite thing to eat at Christmas? Sometimes it's, some people say Brussels sprouts, but they're fools. Some people say turkey, but I don't even like turkey. You know, the thing with turkey is, right, the only reason people have turkey at Christmas is because lots of people are there to eat, and a turkey's the only bird big enough to feed them. Otherwise, chicken is a better meat. Anyway, it's the food. It's always about the food at Christmas. Christmas is for food. Oh, I'm gonna get so big. So how do you repair Silent Gear tools? What you can do is make a repair kit. Now these are very simple to make. Just a stick, some stone, and some template boards. And then once you have the kit, you can load that kit with the ore that you want to repair with, which is why it's always kind of good to have all your tools being used with the same material, because then you can repair them all in one go. However, for the perfect tools, I can respect how, you know, sometimes you don't want to use the same materials. So it's that age-old question of convenience over, well, just better tools. So in the comment section, some of you guys have been a bit panicky because you're thinking, oh no, this series is going to be all about Minecolonies. Well, don't worry, it's not really. It's mostly all the mods 8, but we're souping up our colony with some extra features. Now, for example, you know the way that all of these oak logs are being compressed in my backpack? Well, it gets me to thinking, wouldn't it be amazing if you could then compress in the warehouse perhaps, and also places like the lumberjack's hut? We can use these compressed versions to make storage much, much easier. So, okay, why have we got all of these logs? Oh, why have we got all this food, more like? Well, basically, we're going to be making our base right here, and we're going to surround it with a frame of oak, and then make the middle, I guess, something like cobblestone, just to make it easy. And that's a fair balance between pretty but easy enough to build a big base with. So can we put raw copper in here, and will it combine it into those like raw blocks? Oh yeah, look at that. That's a pretty cool thing to do as well. Might as well do the same thing with gold, I guess, and maybe iron too. Oh, and this is going to make gathering all of these materials so much quicker. What about dimensional shards? Any luck there? No. What is this trash anyway? Raw tin, that's got to have one. Yeah, look at that. So yeah, here we go. Where are we going to build our base? Well, I reckon right here, like I said before, but we've got to clear out the land. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a frame and then a floor. Okay, this is quite a big space. Now let's put down this oak frame. We're going to need those logs, and we're going to need to convert them back into their base bits. Ow! What the hell? Oh, it's one of these guys. Okay, lucky enough. Spear at the ready. Checkmate, fool. Loads of damage. Oh my god, 2-shot. What an absolute savage. Okay, so this is going to be the frame for our base, but as you can see, it's kind of overlapping the blast furnace and the drawers over here, these oak drawers. So that's going to be a problem we're going to have to fix, but don't worry, I can do that in between episodes. For now, let's just get the makings of our first base. And as you can see, the legs go down here, so it looks all nice and neat. Now to turn this wood into, well, planks, and put down a floor. So far, it's quite early days for All the Mods 8, which is good because it means we're in at the ground level, and it means there's going to be exploits we can use, just like when we used the Eternal Stellar on our All the Modium charm last time, that made us able to find all the Modium wherever, whenever, and they patched that out. So there might be a few exploits we can take advantage of in this version. However, what there are going to be also is a lack of mods. A lot of mod makers haven't really made their mods compatible with 1.19 yet. So we kind of really have to pick and choose from the new mods. Now it's kind of good because it means actually we're going to have to think outside the box, and we can't use the same old mods that are just easy and boring to do certain things. That said though, I don't think there's been a modded series where I haven't done some kind of mechanism, and we are going to be doing a little bit of mechanism in this series. Well, more than that in fact, we're going to be going right to the end of mechanism. It's a very important part of making an All the Mod star, I think, maybe. And there we go, a big flat platform for us to work with. Now, is this actually going to be enough space? Well, no, not for a base, but that's why in Minecraft we have the luxury of being able to build upwards and downwards. So don't worry, we're going to make a lot more space for us in this area. So this episode is all about getting a basic base up and running, basically a base of operations where we can get going and launch ourselves into other mods and have the basics covered so that we don't need to fill in any gaps. So we've got a basic power generation that we can use, basic ore duplication, basic ore cooking and smelting and stuff. Things like basic grinding and whatever, but also a basic computer system so that we can store as much as possible and make crafting much easier than running over and checking barrels all the time, which nobody wants. That's the worst thing on the planet. So, what kind of mod are we going to use for storage? Now, as of this episode, the mod has two very, very, very juicy storage options. It's got refined storage, which is a classic, very simple, very easy early computer. It's also got applied energistics, which honestly I've never really dabbled with. I know people who have and say it's amazing and swear by it, but I'm not quite sure. Because All the Mods does change some recipes to make some things mega frickin' hard. I reckon we can do applied energistics, but for the time being, what we're going to focus on is a refined storage computer. We can get one of those bashed out this episode, no sweat. So let's start arranging the things over here on the left that we're going to need for our computer setup. We'll need a controller, the brains of the operation. We'll need a grid that you then turn into a crafting grid. Now we could use a disk manipulator to put disks in, or we can use one of these storage blocks instead. And for ease and peace of mind, we're going to use a storage block for the time being. So the big things we need from refined storage are all of these basic processors. They need, just regular iron, not quartz enriched. That one needs gold. Diamonds, okay, sure. But yeah, the core things are slime balls or latex, some kind of string or sinew, silicon, which is either Certus quartz dust or what's it called? Nether quartz. And then we're going to be well on our way. Now we've done refined storage before and I could have just skipped through this directly to the next thing, but that wouldn't really have been fair. I want to do this as legit as possible. So let's do it. Step number 1 is a source of latex. So you can get latex from saplings, leaves, and trees via using a centrifuge from FTB Industrial Contraptions. Boom. So that's going to be the first thing we have to do. A centrifuge is, you need a tree tap, a machine block, electronic circuit, which is redstone dust, industrial grade metal, LV cable. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. The LV cable requires copper and rubber. You get rubber from smelting latex. But this is... Oh. Oh my god, this just became mega daunting. Oh, what the hell? Well, luckily, let's just start this from the beginning, because, oh man, this could get very complicated, but we know industrial hemp fiber is kind of easy to farm. So we're going to set up a big string farm So first things first, the mother of all hemp farms. We're going to make enough string that we never need to bother with string ever again. And we're going to do it out of the way over here. Time to clear out some land. Okay, that's the land prepared now to dig out some troughs. Oh, also what we should do is get some hemp seeds out and see how these are planted, because basically if it's like sugarcane, they have to be directly next to water. If it's not like sugarcane, then we can kind of just put them on any old tilled land. And I think it might be not like sugarcane. Anyway, we're going to need a hoe and some buckets of water. Oh, hello, what are you? Oh, another one of these new animals. A reindeer. Oh, no, a regular deer. And okay, let the test commence. So we can basically hoe land 3 to 4 to 5 blocks away, put the hemp seeds here, and yeah, it looks like they grow. They don't need to be next to water. That's incredible. So that means we can just basically have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one trough here, and then, yeah, that keeps it very simple. Okay, almost there. We have 3 troughs of water now, 3 sets of irrigation. I'm just going to make this one bigger so that it matches up with the one on the left there. Yeah, okay, that looks good. Now, I made the mistake of only crafting an iron hoe for this. I think we're going to need a few more of these. Oh, hello. Come to watch me farm, have you? Ooh, what's that quest? Yeah. So the last time I tried to open the quest book, you guys have been very vocal and said, hey, Sjin, there's a quest book. You can get rewards and you can, find cool things to do and discover the best ways to progress through the mod pack. Now, I'm with you. Like, I'm all about that sweet, sweet quest life. However, the problem was, last time I tried to open the quest book, well, it frickin' crashed on me. And I was worried that, well, every time I open the quest book, the game might crash. So once I've done this field, we'll give it another go, see if it's kind of okay now. Because it could have been a one-off, you know? It's just, as you guys know, loading up this mod pack takes frickin' forever. So I don't want to crash it if I don't have to. There we go, good news. Now I also found some sage seeds from a mod called Hexarai. I don't know what they're for, so I'm saving onto them. Same as this occultism demon's dream seeds. They could be good. So at this stage of the game, we're just going to hold on to them. Oh man, I missed a bit. Well anyway, yeah, we're going to put down some hemp seeds now. And we'll have to keep maintaining this, but yeah, Mischief managed one of the core components for our computer solved. We've got string, it's going to be very easy to get from here. Next up, we're going to need slime. So string is on its way. Now it's either pink slime, slime balls, or latex. All of these need machinery, and to get up and running, I don't want to have to automate anything. So I'm just going to probably rely on getting slime balls. We can get those from dough and lime dye, and dough is literally just made with wheat flour and a water bucket, and a wheat flour is 2 crushing wheels. This could be tricky, mostly because a crushing wheel requires mechanical crafting, andesite alloy, and mechanical crafters require electron tubes, which require polished rose quartz and iron plates. Oh man, everything needs something from another mod. Oh no, wait a minute, look, we can use a millstone and not a massive crushing wheel setup to make the wheat flour instead. So how tricky are these to make? Very simple. So we're going to make a simple millstone and get another wheat farm up, and that way we can fully farm for these processor bindings. So crack open another dump chest and empty my stuff into here. There's a lot of things that I'm just not going to need for a while. You know, I really do wish my inventory was much, much, much bigger. Anyway. Here we go. Andesite alloy is iron ingots and andesite. Very simple. Boom, sturdier rocks. Now this is where it gets a little bit weird. We're supposed to put down some oak logs and then right-click them, I guess, to strip them. With an axe, does that work? Can I use a saw? No, oh, the reindeer wants to say hello. Oh, it's so derpy. Oh, I think the saw scared him off. I think it has to be a regular axe. Luckily, we have one of those lying around, fairly sure. So right-click to strip the log, then bash it with the andesite. That's so weird, but you know what? It works, so I'm not going to argue. Might as well just use these logs that are lying around here. There we go, some cogwheels as well now. 8 should be fine. And I believe that's... What is this stuff? Dirt? Does dirt work? Oh, andesite works. So boom, we have a millstone. So the millstone is going to need a little bit of power. And we're going to have to use Create to do that, because Create has its own kind of power system that isn't electric. It's like physical moving force. I think, what is it called? Like Newton meters or something? Stress, kinetic stress. But yeah, we'll put the millstone down. We'll have like a windmill connected to one of these cogs. And then in goes the wheat. Now, instead of cogs, what we could do is use a hand crank, right? Does Create have a hand crank? Oh, it could be in luck. There it is, a Create hand crank. And very easy to make. Oh man, actually, you know what? This is actually going to be quite fun. How does a hand crank work? Well, you just put it onto a cog and yeah, right click it, I suppose. So with a millstone, a hand crank and a cogwheel, I think I can do all of this right now. So we need a spot where, whoops, we can put a hand crank. Here we go. Let's see how this works. So the millstone goes down. Plonk. We need a cogwheel attached to it, like that. And then we can turn the cogwheel with the hand crank. Is this going to work? Yeah! Oh, there we go. Create best mod in the game. Now that's all well and good, but we're going to need something to actually go through this crank. So we're going to repurpose some of this field into wheat. And do you know what? Let's just use this one over here. It's quite separate from the other 3. So yeah, this can all be string, and this is going to be wheat. And there we go, a whole stack to go. Now, because I kind of want to speed up this process, I'm gonna... Do I have any bone meal? No. Is there a watering can in this mod pack? There usually is. Look at this. Empty watering can from Mystical Agriculture. I wonder if it works on seeds. Yeah, it must do, right? Iron, bowl, bone meal. But there's also better ones. Infernium, which is, 3x3. But that needs Infernium ingots? Mystical diamonds? I don't think so. We'll stick with a regular fertilizing can for now. Oh man, so it's typical, isn't it? When I first said that I wasn't going to turn this into a farming series, it was going to be mystical, magical, and technical, turns out, no. It always comes down to some farming. You've always got to dig. You've always got to do a little bit of farming. Oh man, this is not the quickest, is it? Well, maybe I can make it quicker for you with a time lapse. Several hours later. Now we do actually have some wheat here, which we can kind of get going with. So I'll just come back over here and focus the growing on the old wheat plots here. And let's get ourselves some of the golden wheat. Come on, grow, 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 you stupid wheat. And there we go, 6 bushels of wheat. So what we're looking for is a way to turn this into slime. Now we put the wheat into there like that, crank it up. Ooh, it's doing something. Embrace the grind. There we go. I think that means we've got... Wait, where is it? Where's the dough? Oh, it's gone into my pack. So basically, if I stand on here... I can just crank it from above and collect the wheat flour as it comes out. Now, this is not ideal, and in a perfect world, I can set this up to automate, which is probably a very good idea with like a windmill or something, because you can kind of put a lot of wheat inside here. There we go. So that is wheat flour made, and I think we can use this. Oh, wait, no. It's only one part of the puzzle. So wheat flour becomes dough when mixed with water. So it's time to grab those buckets. Here we go. A glug and a combine. Boom. Oh, now this is not quick, is it? If only there was a way to automate this, and well, there is. So it looks like the best way to do this is to wash it. As in, use one of these fans to blow it through some water. Now, we could do that. How do we make a fan? Propellers, iron plates. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. We're going to modify our create setup right here to make a fan that blows the wheat into dough. Boom. So, 2 sticks, 2 bits of iron, and we have ourselves an engineer's hammer. Now we bash this iron into plates. We'll need 4. Hammer! We're getting all the achievements, but it's still slow progress because, honestly, it takes so long to get a computer. Once we do have a computer, though, this is going to be a big-time game changer. So the propeller, we need andesite alloy. Do we have any of that? Yep. There it goes. We'll need one of those casings. Where did I put those? So the encased fan, some shafts, and the propeller blade at the bottom. Boom, an encased fan. So now let's go and see if we can get this to work. Again, quite tricky, but back to our mill. So a few iterations later, and I've compacted this design even more. Now the hand crank winds up the millstone. The wheat automatically drops into the bottom of here, and as soon as it falls out, it gets blown through... Wait, there's no water there yet. Through the water and straight into, well, the other side where it is the dough that we need. Well, let's see if this works. Now, this as a setup is incredibly cool, but what would make it cooler is if I had a create farm that was going backwards and forwards along here and automatically deposited the wheat into the system so it got turned into dough. And you know what? I think I could do that, but I'd need to have an automated kind of power system. Maybe. So let's give it a go. 8 bushels of wheat into the mill. Okay, in they go. Round goes the hand crank and... Oh no, look at this. So we have a slight problem here. The fan is set to suck, not blow, because, well, the axles are spinning in the wrong direction. Well, okay, we can fix that. And there you go. Enough gearboxes will fix any problem. So now it blows and it churns through the wheat. Okay, amazing. So we have a wheat setup now that's going to get us the flour. Oh, all of this just to get processor binding. It's so silly. Okay, so we have dough. Now there should be cactus around. Yeah, there we go, the cactus. And there should be some bone meal as well. Oh yeah, there's some. Now let's combine this into, well, the correct color dye. There we go. Now we don't need too much of this because we're only making a very simple computer to begin with. But it's super important that we get this done. This is the gateway to all other mods. Lime dye mixed with the dough. Slime balls. Hooray. Slime balls mixed with string. Oh my god, we've finally done it. Processor binding. This is such a convoluted and stupid way of doing this. However, to get some of the really impressive storage drives and blocks, we're going to need to automate all of refined storage. So in the long run, we'll be very happy that we've done this. What we can do later on as well is change the millstone for some bigger create grinding wheels, because I love create and I think having like a little farm down there would be super amazing. So, processor bindings, check. What are these used for? That's right, raw basic processors with iron ingots, silicon, and redstone dust. Now, silicon could be a tough one. we need nether quartz or Certus quartz. Oh, now, honestly, this has been the longest episode, and it's kind of like a tricky one, right? Because when you commit to a goal at the start of the episode, you have to kind of just keep recording, keep smashing it until you finally get there. But don't worry, we will, dudes. Bit of silicon. So let's start from the top. A controller, which needs an advanced processor, 3 silicon, some quartz-enriched iron. Wait, whoa, no. Well, luckily enough, I do have... Wait, no, this needs actual nether quartz. There's no skipping this with Certus quartz. We have to actually go into the nether now to get some quartz. Well, I do have some obsidian. I did gather some of that up. Okay, so this spot behind the supply camp is going to make the perfect spot for a temporary nether portal. Now, it feels really quick and dirty, this, but basically everything in this series right now is kind of temporary. Things need to be decorated and brought up to speed, given a layer of polish and finish that they just don't have at the moment. But of course, we're going to empty our pack before we go into the nether. I will bring my tools, though. They could come in pretty handy. So, come here, hammer. Where are you? And the flint and steel. Well, okay, now this is always a big moment. Going into the nether is like a fingers crossed, please God, spawn us in a decent location, because otherwise we are royally boned. Lilith? Lilith has awoken nearby. What? Who? Why? Did I mention where? But also, again, why? Okay. Well, I guess as long as we dodge Lilith, we should be okay. Now, this is not the most ideal start location. However, there is a nether fortress right on the doorstep. Frickin' amazing. So we can go there to get, well, you know, nether fortress stuff. Ismail the Pathetic is awoken nearby. What the hell? Who? Why? Well, let's leave Ismail and Lilith to whatever they're doing and see if we can gather up some nether quartz. I think I see some right now. Wonderful. That must be nether quartz over there, isn't it? I can't zoom, so I can't check. Yeah, I think so. It's glowing, and only vanilla ores glow, which means it must be a vanilla ore. Good thing I have all this sturdy stone on me. Yeah, nether quartz, the real deal. Now hold down Ultimine. Oh my god, Dr. Threat the Knight. Hold down the multi Ultimine tool, and boom, 27R. This is going to be super simple, super quick. I'm going to grab a bunch because, you know, we'll run out of this real quick. Other things to look for while we're here that's very valuable, very hard to find. Wait, pickaxe. Why is this not... Oh, right, wrong tool. Is soul sand. Very difficult to find in some mod packs, soul sand. I'm not quite sure why. Oh my god. Ultimine is so good in the nether, isn't it? Well, okay, we've got a whole bunch of nether quartz now to go forwards with. And, oh my god, Overseer Sheepostobing the Gorilla Slaughterer? What the hell is he? And what does he want? Anyway, so we're back through the portal, and it's time to take stock of what we've got and what we need to do going forwards. So we've got the nether quartz now, we've got the slime balls, the conduit binding somewhere. All that's left to do is combine some of our iron with the nether quartz. Now, you guys have said that there is a hammer that actually helps you smelt ores. So there's a copper ore hammer, an iron ore hammer, bronze ore hammer. I think these are the hammers you guys were talking about. So we're going to craft an iron ore hammer and see what it can do. Oh man, now we are making some serious progress today, and previous series, it's always taken me super long to get a computer. I would kind of like stagger it through episodes and wait a while, but honestly this time it looks like episode, 4? We're getting a computer? That's pretty nutso. So 3 sticks along the middle diagonally, and then 2 blocks of iron make an iron ore hammer. Okay, cool, but what is an iron ore hammer and how does it work? Well, let's go and find some iron ore and put it to the test. Oh, action stations, rude dudes in my hole. Get out of my hole. God damn it, always in your hole. Anyway, enough about holes. Let's see if we can find some iron ore. Now, I have a good feeling about this direction. Let's go. Oh, hello. Here we go. A nice little kind of chamber. There's got to be some iron ore in here once we deal with these rude dudes. Get out of here, scum. Okie dokie. What's that, diamond? Oh, no, it's one of these jerk holes. They die a lot quicker in this version, though. What is this? Shovel of reach and mining speed. So we're looking for some iron. Ah, here we go. Iron ore. So this is iron ore, and this is an iron ore hammer. So what happens when I bash the iron ore hammer with Ultimine? Wait, it says pickaxe level stone. What is this iron ore hammer used for, actually? Oh, okay. Oh, my absolute bad. You don't use it to bash stuff. You just put it in a crafting bench with the ore, and it doubles it. Oh, and it also functions as a rod maker. Oh, and a plate maker. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't need to craft the engineer's hammer. But first up, let's just grab a little bit more copper. Just a little bit more copper. Oh, and I'm glad I did that, because look at this, a little bit of gold. A little bit of gold. Just a cheeky bit of gold. Whoa, what's this? Viridium. Don't know what it is, but it sounds like... Oh, actually, no, it's pretty common. It's not that great, is it? Oh, man, my pack is so full. I cannot wait to get this computer system built. I badly need it. Okay, I've gotten very distracted here. I've got to stop mining. Let's go topside. Now, once again, it was thanks to the vital tips you guys have been giving me in the comment section that I was able to discover how ore hammers work. Well, not how they work, but that they exist. So do keep them coming, because it really is super helpful. So I put the 20 raw iron in there. I put the ore hammer next to it, and bam, I get loads of doubled iron. Oh, that's so good. That's amazing. Boom. And now suddenly we almost have 2 stacks of iron. Now, it does actually drain your iron reserves, because these things take durability. So it might be a good thing to use like copper, because copper's kind of trash, to make copper hammers and then use that to make the ore doubling. Anyway, into the blast furnace with these bad boys. So okay, let's see if we can finally create the computer. So we want an advanced processor first. Diamond, processor binding, silicon, and redstone. Okay, so we've got the silicon. And we've got the processor binding. We've got the diamond, and I think this is the wrong way around. There we go, 1 raw advanced processor. Let's get this smelted up. Next up, we need machine casing. Well, there we go, limestone works, so that's quite handy. And we're going to take 2 of these, because there's a few recipes that need that. So we have the machine casing, we have the advanced processor, and we have the silicon and the enriched iron. Boom! Let's get these out of the furnaces. There you are, my advanced processor, my Pentium 2. Oh man, did you guys ever have like a Pentium 1 or a Pentium 2? I remember I had like a Pentium 75, and that was, oh my god, one of the slowest processors on the planet, but it was amazing. Oh, there we go. Okay, step 1, the big brains of the computer. We're going to put it down over here. Boom, the big brains. But a big brain needs a big power source. So where are we going to get a big power source? Well, we'll worry about that next episode. So we need the brain, we need the stomach, which is like a crafting kind of, where is that? The stomach, which is one of these 1K storage blocks. We'll need the machine casing that we have, the redstone dust that we have, and the quartz enriched iron, which we also have. Good stuff. But how do we get a 1K storage part? Just more of the same, really. The silicon could be what we run out of. How do we get that again? I've forgotten. Oh yeah, smelting quartz. So let's get some of this quartz into a furnace so we can turn it into silicon. Oh, so we do need glass, which means we need sand. Do we not get any sand or glass? Well, it happens. Where's my excavator? And a quick look at the minimap shows there is some hot sands in our area right over there. Now I don't want to cannibalize the beach by the town, because you know what, that looks all nice and pretty. So we're going to go over and yeah, just get somewhere out of the way, you know? Somewhere like along here maybe. Yeah, we'll go over here. Okay, so sometime later we have the glass. We kind of have everything we need now for the 1K storage block. So let's do it. The 1K storage part, bam. The 1K storage block, bam. Oh, there we go. Step 2. We have the brain and the stomach of the computer. Now we need the mouth, the interface, basically the way you communicate with the computer. So I guess the ears, the mouth, maybe the nose. I mean, you have sign language and you have language. I wonder if you can have like nose language, like communicating through scents. Is that what dogs do? Maybe? I wonder what a fart is. Is that like a go away? Anyway, oh man, very rude, but sometimes the situation calls for that. So now we need a grid. Now we kind of want to skip a grid and go straight to a crafting grid, because that's the one that lets you craft in it rather than just see what's in there. And that's not too bad, because that's just like an extra advanced processor and a crafting table. So let's see if we can get these little bits. The tricky thing is going to be like the destruction cores and the improved processors and the construction cores. Ooh, yeah, look at this glowstone. Who's got time for that? Well, unfortunately, we have to make time for it. There we go, 2 hearts. Oh man, we are storming through this hearts mod. Okay, glowstone. Can I turn shroom light into glowstone? Glowstone. Shroom light. Used for... No, we're going to have to find the real deal. Now, it shouldn't be too hard to find. It's just we did spawn in kind of the wrong biome for all this stuff. Now, it's usually up above. The nether portal is down there, but I've traveled over here, and yeah, there's usually some stuff on the roof. Now, I thought about going over there and nerd poling up to get the glowstone, but there's a nether fortress there, which I wanted to dodge because there's some dangerous foes there. Luckily enough, the nether seems relatively safe so far. Time to get the cobble out and gather up some glowstone. Okay, in we go. This should be the last little bit of expedition that I need to do. Gather up the basic processors. Oh, we're there. We're very close. We've got the stomach, the brains, and now let's get the nose of the computer. Starts with a grid that needs construction core. Boom, one of those. Then we need a destruction core. One of those. Then we need improved processors, which are the same as the other ones, but gold. So all of the pieces are together now. We've got the grid. Boom. Viewing items, but it's not just enough to view them. We want to craft with them as well. So we need this advanced processor, the crafting table that we already have, and the normal grid becomes a crafting grid. Ho ho ho! Oh, quests galore. Now we could use cable to hook these up, but we're not gonna. We're just gonna put the crafting grid here. Now, the next step with our computer journey is power, but that's a whole different bag. So there we go, the computer is complete, but next episode is gonna be about power. We're gonna find a way to get some basic renewable power so that my computer is always powered. It doesn't use a lot of power, a computer, so we should be able to do it with renewable means, like wind and sun. But before we stop, we're going to need to hook up our builder with a few items. Now, the architect's cutter is apparently what you use now to create all of the structurized weird timber frames. So we're going to make one of these: iron, stone slabs, and logs. Oh yeah, the architect's cutter. Now, this is apparently what's used to make the... Oh, look at that, right next to each other. It's like daddy and son. Don't you ever talk to my saw blade ever again. And apparently this is what you use to make basic oak timber frames. And that's what we're looking for. So we put the wood there, or was it just there? And then there and there. And it's the straight up ones, framed oak planks. This looks correct. We'll make a bunch of these. And there we go. Okay, yeah, so if you were worried about how to make these structurized things in this mod pack, don't be alarmed, because when I first looked, like you saw, I had no idea what was going on. But we do have to use the architect's cutter from Domum Ornamentum. Now I think, fingers crossed, the carpenter can still also make these recipes, but who knows. Anyway, we're going to hook up Dr. Jeeves with all that he needs to do the town hall. So yeah, work on the colony has been very, very, very slow because I've kind of been prioritizing my base and getting my own stuff up and running. Once I have like a basic computer, basic crafting, and basic power, we can launch forwards with more mine colonies and way more mods. I'm really excited to try out Evil Craft for one. But before then, I have to defend against another frickin' raid. Oh my god, look at that. Anyway, as always, massive thank you for watching. This episode was monumental. We got a computer up and running in one go. That's crazy. We're going to come back next episode where, hopefully, Dr. Jeeves will have finished the town hall and he can move on to maybe the tavern, or what was the other thing? The warehouse. Now, between now and next episode, I'm also going to finish up the farm that we have around the corner for our hemp and wheat. And I'm going to see if I can automate that in Create next episode, as well as moving on to power generation. As always, a massive thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.